Hi everyone, this is Monica with Advice to Think Twice, and we're doing the weekend advice for the weekend of the 14th, 15th, 16th of May, okay, or thereabouts. Remember, just watch in divine timing, okay? So let's see what's coming up, what's going on, what are we dealing with? What is the energy and advice for the weekend that we need to know for our highest good? Okay, so that is 1, 2, and since it's the weekend, we do 3 cards, 3 tarot cards. There you go. Alright, crystal inspiration for the weekend. So take the message of the card with the crystal inspiration, but also so that one, these are stuck together, so I'm not going to take them, but that one's by itself. But it's also a crystal that we can use that would help us throughout the weekend, right? And that could be as part of the general message, or it could be, you know, specific for you, especially if you have crystals or into crystals, that kind of thing. And our tea leaf message, I'm just getting it from the bag, you know, the bag. Okay. And if you hear something that sounds like a herd of wild horses, those are my 2 boys playing, okay? The cats, I mean. Okay. So what is our weekend message? Well, we see the 7 of Wands that clearly wants to be seen. These 2 want to be seen as well because they popped out without a lot of work from me, really. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands. Such gorgeous cards. The 9 of Swords is in the middle. And then the 7 of Wands. I do feel like for some it's a continuation of yesterday. Yesterday was kind of intense energy, wasn't it? It's not as, what do I want to say? Yesterday's energy had a sense of a bit of an urgency to it. This one not so much. So it's still, because it's pretty much saying, if I were to read them like Lenormand, right, one after the other, like a sentence, this is about departure, change, travel. We have anxiety about it a lot, right, with the 9 of Swords. But with the 7 of Wands, we can conquer it. We're good. We have the strength to do this, right? So it's just about being brave. So it's still about the 9 of Swords, because this is our central card. So it's still about addressing whatever it is that occupies your mind, whatever it is that gives you nightmares for some, whatever it is that you just do worst case scenarios in your mind over and over, or if it's not even worst case scenario, you're just trying to figure out what the best approach is to that situation, or it's even that process where we start to make excuses for something or someone, right? Well, yeah, well, it's not great, but it's this and it's that, and I have this and I have that, and they do this or they do that, you know what I mean? It's not great, but it pays the bills, that kind of thing. But then it keeps coming back to your mind, and that's because you know already deep down what needs to happen with that situation, and we're just trying not to face it, right? Because you see, all these eyes on the body, I just got this, all these eyes on the body are open, her eyes are closed. So it's almost like the body sees, the body knows, and by the body we can say, you know, yes, we feel it in our gut, we feel it in our bones, as we say. But it's also like the spiritual body, right? The energetic body, the emotional body. It's just the rational mind doesn't want to look at it, right? Or is trying to make excuses or whatever. And yes, it is about, with the 3 of Wands, I do feel like for some of us we've made some sort of decision, we've made some sort of change. It's not that big, because this is 3, right? It's a 3. It's not that big, it's not that drastic. But I feel like we're exploring possibilities, and this is what that is. So we're exploring possibilities to either see if we can avoid getting to the 10 of Swords, right? So if the situation can be turned around, salvaged, turned into something else, or If not, if maybe there's something else that's better out there, and then it's still not really the Ten of Swords situation when we put an end to it, right? It's still difficult and painful, but we're more in control of the situation, so we feel it a little bit differently. Does that make sense? But we've started to entertain possibilities. We've started to send out resumes just to see what's out there. We've started, exploring possibilities, and that's what that is. And now the Nine of Swords is, okay, let's see how it turns out. I'm hoping for the best. It could be this, it could be that, but it's still, because we don't know, we just kind of build it up in our heads and stress ourselves out. And with the Seven of Wands, this is like, okay, seriously, get a grip, literally, right? Get a grip. Bring it down into reality. Stop, just get out of your own head with the Nine of Swords. Get out of your own head. Just observe, just collect information, collect data, collect facts. What is this and what is that? What it actually is, not what we think it is in our own heads or what we think it could be, right? So the message is ground yourself. It's good that you've started to explore possibilities, even if it's just, again, inside your own head, but you have to also take a step outside of that, take a step and actually do something to explore some possibilities, to get some new information in, because with the Nine of Swords, it's like a never-ending spiral. Because the information that we're looking at is only the information we already have, we can never get a different answer, right? We can never get a different perspective. Does that make sense? Because we keep looking at the same information, we're gonna get the same results. So it's only until we take a step forward, or we just do something, take action. That means grounding it, right? That's what action does with the wands, with the fire energy, right? We're putting it down into the earth. We're grounding it. We're doing something about it, and then we see some new information, and then we can see, okay, this is what it is. It's not what I think it is or what I think it should be. It's not in my head. It's in reality. This is what it is. Let me look at it for what it is and make my decisions accordingly, right? Turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, exactly, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Oh my God, I laugh because you can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up. We're receiving that clarity. For some, like I say, the process has already started, and for others, it's starting now. So the advice is, do this in order to receive your clarity and to start this new path that is a lot better for you, right? So that's very nice. And we have, I'm drawn to the blues. So that can be throat chakra for a lot of us. So something needs to be spoken. We need to speak, or we need to accept the truth that is spoken to us, right? Whether it's physically spoken, or we see it, we read it, we know about it, whatever the case may be. Our tea leaf message, we have grapes, time to go out and have fun, and younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. So for some, this is, these cards can be quite literal. For some, this is just, I was thinking about visiting my bonus sister today, if I'm honest. She doesn't even know. But it could be that, right? Just hanging out with a younger woman, or a younger, it could be very literal, like a younger woman, or just a younger person, or hanging out with someone who you have a lot of fun with and you feel young, right? We could interpret it that way as well. But this is also saying, in terms of getting out of our own heads, okay, in terms of getting out of our own heads, right, the message of this bit of the reading, this is saying, for some, the younger woman energy is actually our inner child, is what I hear. So this is just saying, take a step back from this, let it settle. You may have already taken steps, you've tried something different, now you have to wait for the results, which is also the energy of the Three of Wands, right? So while you wait, don't stress about it. Detach from it and do something that gives you joy, do something that gives you energy as opposed to draining it, right? And that's going to be different for everyone. But very, very nice message. I really, really love how all these three decks speak together and speak to each other. It's very, very beautiful. And it's a beautiful message. I feel like it's helpful, and it's helpful for me. I don't know about you, so let me know, okay? So I'll leave it there. Let's have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I've got mid-months to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it separately. I think I might do it separately. I don't know if I do it separately or as a live. I haven't decided yet. Depends on what else I've got going on at the weekend. And we'll see what else I can come up with. Right? Okay. So let's have a great weekend. Thank you all so very much for your wonderful support. You're wonderful. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.